Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to Real Talk Live with Arnette D Love. And listen, it is a pleasure to be in your earless and presence right now. It is a pleasure to be better than I was last week. Because if y'all didn't know, I was under the weather for about a week. So I'm really getting over it now. Feeling a lot better, able to eat. Um, just thanking just thanking God for the healing, okay? So if you hear me coughing or whatever, don't worry about it. I am better. I'm doing much better. And be careful out there in these streets because something is going around, okay? So when you feel that little itching or whatever, go ahead on and start medicating yourself so that um, it won't get bad, okay? So listen, I wanted to talk about being yourself. Um, we have to stop being uncomfortable to make other people comfortable. And I'm gonna tell you something. I talk to people all the time, and I listen to them, and then I go back and meditate. Never make a decision based on the conversation that you had right then, an instant decision. What I'm trying to say, don't make instant decisions. Always go back and meditate and think about what was said in the conversation and then think about the effects of your decisions, what's best for you. Always do what you feel is best for you. Sometimes we'll talk to somebody and we'll make an instant decision. I've learned to never do that. I always wait. I always go back. I always think about what was said in the conversation and then I go back and I make a decision. When I say be you, what I'm trying to say is do not make yourself uncomfortable trying to make someone else comfortable. That's what we have to stop doing. We have to stop pretending, stop trying to show people that we are one way when we're not. Because what happened is we end up lying. And a lie just builds up to more lies, okay? Which means if you're pretending to be this person that you're not, you're going to have to continue to pretend. But if you start off just being yourself and letting people accept you for who you are, and those who couldn't or can't accept you for who you are, letting them move on, you can still be comfortable. I had a conversation with someone, another person last week, and of course, y'all know I'm running for school board again, and I'm gonna continue to run. It's not about me. It's not about anybody but the kids, the staff, and the children. So, excuse me, and the kids, the staff, and the community. And so, I'll continue to run until I don't want to run anymore. Basically, okay. And so, but this is the thing. I have people, this conversation I had last week. Oh, maybe you should go through your Facebook page and get rid of some stuff and this. Well, and then I thought about it. I said, well, let me look through my page and see what I might have on my page that's not favorable. You know. And so what I did was I looked through my page and I realized that everything that's on my page, I want on my page. Everything that I said at a time where I meant it. And I don't want to take it off my page. So there was actually only two videos that I did delete because one of them, I didn't want a child to listen to it because of the content. So I took that off. And then the other one was me giving my testimony, and I didn't want, sometimes we're vulnerable, okay? But the rest of the stuff, I was like, this is me. This is who I am and who I was at that moment. Why lie to people? Why try to act like I'm somebody that I'm not? I can't do it. I've never been able to do it. And I don't want anything that much that I have to lie about who I am. Some people respect that and some people want. And that's just the chance I have to take. But I cannot, with a conscious mind, lie to you. I cannot have you thinking that I'm this way and I'm not. That's a lie, and I can't do it. I can't lie to the people. So I want to encourage other people, stand in your truth. Be who you are. And those who cannot accept who you are, let them go by the wayside. Let them go. Don't be afraid to be alone. Don't be afraid to die alone. Don't be afraid to live alone. Because who you are may put you in a position where you're going to be by yourself. And just because you're alone doesn't mean you're lonely. Do things that make yourself happy. Do things that make yourself happy. I'm a community-driven person. I'm happy when I'm giving back. I'm happy when I'm just riding around in my car giving out care packages to the homeless. I'm happy when I'm covering up someone that's laying out on the street with a blanket. I'm happy. That stuff makes me happy. I feel good inside. I don't have to take pictures. I don't have to put it on Facebook to prove that I did it. The person that I did it for know that I did it. Find something that makes you happy. Make yourself happy. Because if you can't make yourself happy, you can't be happy within yourself. It doesn't matter when you get somebody. You're going to still be unhappy. So be happy within yourself first before you bring somebody in your life anyways. And so we have to be who we are. And if I make you uncomfortable, go away. Go away from me. If I make you uncomfortable, I'll listen to your concerns. But at the end of the day, I'm not changing me until I feel that I need to change me. Okay? And that's what you got to understand. Unless you feel that you need to change, you cannot conform to what society thinks. Because people will make this picture of a perfect person for you. They can be messy. They can have their own thoughts. They can do their dirty word. They can do whatever it is that they're going to do and be fine with it and justify their little nastiness or their cunningness. They can justify all that, but they won't tell you how to be you. Do not allow people to do that. I'm sorry. Like I said, I will listen to you. I'll talk to you. But at the end of the day, I love me. I love me just the way I am. And people love me. People love me. I mean, it's amazing that I be with my associates and they see how people respond to me. They see how people coming to me in a restaurant or wherever we be, just like this morning. And I want to thank the woman that sold into my ministry. Let me just say that. Sold into my ministry. And I want to thank you because you came to me. I was having breakfast. You came to me and you put something in my hand because you accept me the way I am. And the ministry that I have, and I call all of what I do my ministry, and the ministry that I've been given, you appreciated it enough that you put something in my hand this morning. And I just want to thank you so much. Thank you so much. And what you did validated the way that I think. I can only be who I am. I can only be me. I cannot be uncomfortable to make someone else comfortable. So if a person cannot accept you for who you are, let them be. And do it with kindness. You don't have to be, in an argument. You don't have to become unbenefited. You just don't click. And that's fine. Accept it and let them go. And let them go. Anybody that know me understands that I can let basically anybody go. Just about anybody. Y'all ever had this? This is delicious. It's Starburst. It's Starburst. It's the ice water, the sparkling ice. Delicious. Okay, and I ain't getting paid for that, but I probably need to be. But what I'm saying is, anybody who can accept you for who you are, let them go. Let them walk out of your life. Don't try to hold on to someone that cannot accept you for who you are, where you feel like you got to be somebody different around them, or you feel like you got to put on airs and stuff. I can't put on airs because I am that person that pretty much says anything that I want to say out of my mouth. Pretty much. And I'm not going to sit here and try to curb what I'm thinking because I'm making you uncomfortable. I'm not going to do that because you have the free will to go. And I have the free will to let you go. Okay? And I'm not, and when I say that, because I like to joke, I'm a joker. I say stuff and joke about it. And I've noticed a lot of times I be around certain people and my jokes, they can't get. Or my jokes, you know, you want to pray for me. You don't have to pray for me. The Lord already know who I am. You ain't got to pray for me because I tell my jokes. You ain't got to like my jokes. I don't care. I bet you be laughing, though. You laugh because you can feel it. You feel my jokes. But you a little, you know, shy about my jokes because they don't come out perfectly. They don't come out polished, right? So may it be. It's okay. I'm not going to change me, who I'm comfortable with, who I love so much to make you comfortable. I won't do it. And I won't change me to win an election. I will not change me to win an election because I will not present a lie to the people. I will not sit here and pretend to be someone else and then I get in this seat and y'all be like, who is this person? No, you're going to know who I am before you vote for me because I don't put on airs. Okay? And I know a lot of y'all not used to that. You're not used to it. And it's okay. It's okay. But I will not put on an air for you. I will be me. I'm going to tell you the truth. And that's just the way it's going to be. And that, to me, is what you should want. Not somebody who's going to get all polished up and start lying to you, making promises, telling you they're going to do something when they know that they're limited. Okay? That's not what you want. And I'm not talking about anybody other than myself. Because, honestly, other than that one seat that I'm asking y'all to vote for me for, everything else is a non-factor. Except for what the future holds for me and that school board. Everything else is a non-factor because I'm concerned about, and I say it the second time, the youth, the staff, and the community, the families. That's what I'm concerned about. I am concerned, and this is not a political thing, but since I'm talking about it, let me get it out. I am concerned about still our children that cannot read English, that cannot form sentences. I am very concerned about the foundations of education. I'm very concerned about that because I have to have comfort in my heart that I've done everything to prepare our kids for their future because I'm not going to always be here. See, it's not about a title for me. I'm not selfish. When I die, I want to leave everything good here. And I want to make sure that our kids are taken care of. I want to make sure that they have the proper foundation, that they need to be productive citizens, productive individuals, productive businessmen and women, productive parents. That's all I want. That's all I want. I don't need a title. I make my own titles. That's why I got 3 businesses. I make my own title. I sit here and I, come in my business. I do my work. I take my naps. I get up. I do more work. I watch TV. I do more work. I work all night. I work all night. I pray. I thank God because I'm blessed to do that. But that's what I do. So I don't need a title. I don't need a title. It just happens that that position comes with one. But the most important thing for me right now is making sure that I know that I did my part to make sure that our kids are ready. That's all. Because I was the child that didn't want to go to college when after high school, and I was the child that didn't want to go into military after high school. But I was given a choice, one or the other, and I chose military, and got to the military, and I was forced to go to college, which was a blessing in itself. However, I do understand how it feels to be stuck, and I don't want our kids to be stuck. This hits home for me. I don't want our kids to be stuck. So, getting back to being yourself, meaning overlooking the negative things that are said to you because you're not fitting that perfect mold that people want you to fit into. You have your flaws, and your flaws are shown on the outside instead of you trying to hold them in and hide them, because that's all it is. We all are flawed. We are all flawed, but you got these people that take their flaws and try to hide them from the world, and you can look at them and see that stuff be eating them up, trying to walk around here and give that perfect view of yourself. Cut it out. Cut it out. It's okay to show people that you're not perfect. It's okay to show people that you have flaws. It's okay. And you can do all that and still be kind to people. And you can get out your frustrations and still be kind to people. You can do that. Why hold all that stuff in? We weren't built to hold that mess in. We really weren't. But you got people walking around here holding that in, trying to give this perfect image, trying to show people that they are do-gooders. And they're burning, they're hurting, they're torn up inside. Let that stuff go. Let me tell you something. When I do get to sleep, because I'm not a sleeper, but when I do go to sleep, I sleep peacefully, baby. I sleep peacefully. I put all that stuff on the line, everything on the table. I say what I'm going to say, then I move on. I say what I'm going to say, and I move on. Okay? I got stuck once, and I told y'all about it, and because it was the pain like I had never heard or seen before, and I got stuck into something, but I prayed my way out of that stronghold. Okay? If y'all don't know, I'm a Christian. For those who don't know, I believe in, Christian beliefs, so you'll see me referencing the Bible a lot, but don't turn away. That's okay. You believe in what you believe in. I believe in what we believe in. We show mutual respect, and we move on and get the message, right? And so I pray my way through that pain, okay? But the thing is, remember this. You are not, and you will never be, myself included, we are not, and we will never be perfect. Never. And do not allow anybody to make you change who you are, or to coerce you to change who you are to have a perfect appearance. Now, it's okay to be polished a little bit, depending on what your audience is, but do not act like you can't show your flaws, and you can't show when you're weak, and you can't show that you're not, how can I put it, you're not that well, let's just say perfect. Let's just say perfect. Don't let people tell you that. I'm not a prosperity preacher. Okay, whereas the picture is always painted beautifully. You understand? You got some preachers out here that everything is beautiful. Everything is beautiful. They don't talk about the negative stuff you're going to go through. They don't really talk about your trials and tribulations clearly. They'll mention trials and tribulations, but they won't go deep into what's actually happening to your life. These are ones that like to tell the pretty stories and the beautiful outcome. That's just not me. I want to empower you through what you're going through now. I want to tell you about how your friends needs to be watched, how your significant other, your spouses needs to be protected from some of your friends. You need to keep them separate. I'm the one that's going to tell you about that because I'm the one that's been through it. So I can be transparent with you and tell you these type of stories and tell you and advise you, should I say, on how to get through them and what you should do. And I can advise you from the life that I used to live, what comes out of manipulation. I can advise you through all of that stuff. And just because I talk to you does not make me negative. It makes me real. It makes me transparent. It makes me a person that's being vulnerable enough to be used by God and tell about his goodness and how his goodness and his mercy and his grace will bring you through your real trials. Not just putting in a generic umbrella over it and say trials and tribulations. I like to dig into actually what you're going through and let you know you have not done it alone. You're not the only one going through this. You're not the only one that has 67 cents in the bank and don't know how you're going to eat. I can tell you about a time when, excuse me, excuse me, I'm getting a little hot, y'all. I can tell you about a time when I didn't have any money in the bank. I can tell you about during a month where I didn't have money. Once I paid my bills, I didn't have money to eat with. But I can tell you how God provided for me to eat and eat at no cost. I can tell you how I was able to dress up and go out and have dinner with people with no cost. I can tell you about people inviting me to different events at no cost. God provided for me the entire month, and I did not lose at all because of my trust and my faith in him. But a lot of people don't like to talk about that. They don't like to tell you they don't have any money in the bank. I ain't got no problem with it. When I tell you I'm not rich, I'm not rich. But when I tell you that God made provisions, I can sit here and stand on his word that he will provide. And how do I know he will provide? Because he has done it for me. And it's easy to talk about something that you know about. It's easy to talk about what you are about. And you got a lot of people that's ashamed of it. But why are you ashamed of it? Because he tells us to tell the people who I am. Tell them what I'm capable of. And many of us are ashamed to go out and tell people who he is and what he's capable of doing. No, I'm not trying to preach to you today. This is from the heart. I want you to understand that it's okay to be yourself and it's okay to tell your story because your story going to help somebody else with their story. It's okay. It's okay. You know, and I like I say, I sit back and I evaluate my conversations with people and I be like, I see you. I see you. I see you're ashamed. I see that you're hurt, and I see that you're pretending. And I see that you want people to believe a certain narrative about your life. I see you. I see what's going on with you. And I'm not going to call you out on it as quick as you will call me out on mine because I know to pray for you. I know to ask God to release those strongholds that are on you and on your life. I see you. You too ashamed to talk about your struggles. You too ashamed to tell people exactly what God has brought you out of. And when I tell people and when I mention things that happen in my life, because you're too ashamed, you feel like I should be ashamed too. But this is my ministry. This is what God told me to do. Be transparent. Tell people what I've done for you so that they know that I will do the same for them. That's my ministry. I might not do what you want me to do. I might not get up every Sunday and go to church. I might not. And so you wonder, how can she talk about God so much? How can she do this? She left her church. No, I didn't leave my church. I got put out my church. I got put out of my church because of politics. And it's okay. Because what it did is it brought me closer to God, which meant I had to increase my reading. I had to increase my studying. I had to increase my faith. And I'm not ashamed to talk about it. See, that's the difference. A lot of things happens to us, and we are ashamed to talk about it, but we're the first ones that want to judge somebody else who talks about it. Nobody gets to tell me how to be. Nobody gets to tell me who to be. Nobody gets to tell me you need to do this, that, and the other. Because why? I have a personal relationship with the Father through His Son. The Holy Spirit guides me, talks to me. I even can speak tongue. And I said, y'all probably be like, so what? That's a big deal? Yes, it's a big deal. Because it's a gift that you got to pray for. Everybody don't do it. Everybody don't have it. Now, I'm not bragging because it's not on me. I had to pray for it. I was literally afraid to even pray for it. I had to pray for that gift. But when God gave it to me, when I tell you, it's a feeling that you never felt. It's a high that you'll never understand. But it's a gift. A gift that a lot of people walking around here being holier than thou don't even haven't even asked for. And you hear a lot of people when they're speaking in tongue, they sounding the same. Everybody sound the same. When you really speak in tongue, you're not using the same language. It's your prayer language. It's different. My prayer language sound like I'm from China. That's when I speak in tongue, I don't sound like everybody else. Oh, that's not me. I sound like a woman from China. But that connection with God is real. Okay? So, I don't let people judge me to a point where I'm going to change who I am. You don't get to do it. I'm not going to be fake with nobody. And I just want to encourage you. Don't be fake. Do not let society dictate to you who and what you need to be. What you're comfortable with yourself, be that. God will change you accordingly. Whoever your God is. If you're working for your God, you will be changed accordingly. See, I do believe that there's one God. I do believe in that there's one God. I believe that we call Him by different names. But I believe that there is one God, and I'm going to tell you, I don't judge anybody about what they believe in or who they believe in, but y'all understand who I believe in. And I believe that when you need to be changed to do the ministry that you are charged to do, you will be changed. I believe that we make a mistake in trying to change ourselves without direction, without going to God through the Holy Spirit and asking for direction. And that's where we mess up. And that's when we get caught up in being fake. And that's when people start disbelieving. But when you do your change the right way, first of all, you believe that there's a change necessary, and you go and you ask and you pray for change, a positive change, so that you may do your ministry. I believe that you can't go wrong with that. But there is no way I'm just going to jump up and start changing myself because somebody say, if you do this, you might get some votes and stuff. Nope, I don't want them that bad. I want you to vote for me because you believe in me. Not because I done put on this show for you. And then I get in that seat, man. And y'all know it happens. You be like, who is this monster? Who? What did we vote for? Who did we put in office? Y'all won't do that to me. Y'all won't do that to me. Y'all ain't gonna talk bad about me. Y'all gonna be like, you knew what you had. You knew what you had. But I just thank God for His guidance, and I thank Him for growth. I thank Him for development. I really do. And I want to apologize for the last interview that I did last week. where I was in the building, the noise effect was horrible, and I didn't realize how bad it was messing up my video. I'm going to try to get it edited and get it posted because it was a pretty good video, but I believe that all things happen for a reason. Maybe that video was not to be heard by anybody except for the two parties that were involved, and that was me and my guest that I had last week. I do have a interview scheduled for Tuesday, and we'll talk about it right before the interview because I was asked to use my platform for their cause, and so I'm gonna put my disclaimer and everything out and whatnot, and I'm gonna let them come and I'm gonna give them an interview because the thing is, my show is a platform to help people. And if I can help you in any kind of way, I will, okay? But one thing I don't do is negativity. I don't do bashing. I don't do any of that because I believe no one is better than anyone else. But if you have an issue, that's different. I understand that. But we can approach our issues with professionalism, okay? And we can have pleasantry in all that we do. Okay, so we're going to have a special interview on Tuesday at 1:30 on Tuesday, okay? Listen, remember this. God loves you. I love you. Make sure you love yourself. That is the only way you can properly love someone else. Remember to be yourself. Never make yourself uncomfortable to make someone else comfortable. It's just too easy for them to walk away and too easy for you to walk away. And remember, if a person will do something negative to you, they turn their back on you, they will, walk away from you. Listen, they'll walk away from you more than once. If they do it to someone else, remember, they will have not an issue or they won't hesitate doing it to you. Be careful who you befriend. Use that word loosely. Use that word, friend, loosely. Keep your eyes on the prize. Stay focused. If they show you that they are a foe, believe them. Thank you for joining Real Talk Live with Arnette D Love. I'll see you next time.